അമേരിക്കൻ വിദേശകാര്യ സെക്രട്ടറി ആന്റണി ബ്ലിങ്കൻ ഖത്തറിലെത്തി. ഗസ വിഷയത്തിൽ ഖത്തർ അമീർ ഷെയ്ഖ് തമീം ബിൻ ഹമദ് അൽ താനിയുമായി കൂടിക്കാഴ്ച നടത്തി. ഗസയിൽ അടിയന്തര വെടിനിർത്തൽ വേണമെന്ന് അമീർ ആവശ്യപ്പെട്ടു. ജനങ്ങളുടെ സുരക്ഷ ഉറപ്പാക്കണം. ഗസയുടെ എല്ലാ മേഖലകളിലേക്കും കൂടുതൽ മാനുഷിക സഹായങ്ങൾ എത്തിക്കുന്നതിന് സംവിധാനം ഉണ്ടാക്കണമെന്നും അമീർ ആവശ്യപ്പെട്ടു. മേഖലയുടെ സുസ്ഥിരതയും സുരക്ഷയും ഉറപ്പാക്കുന്നതിന് സംഘർഷത്തിന് വ്യാപ്തി കൂടുന്നത് തടയണമെന്നും ഖത്തർ ആവശ്യപ്പെട്ടു. ഖത്തർ പ്രധാനമന്ത്രിയും വിദേശകാര്യമന്ത്രിയുമായ ഷെയ്ഖ് മുഹമ്മദ് ബിൻ അബ്ദുറഹ്മാൻ അൽ താനിയും കൂടിക്കാഴ്ചയിൽ പങ്കെടുത്തു. ജോർദാൻ സന്ദർശനത്തിന് ശേഷമാണ് ബ്ലിങ്കൻ ഖത്തറിലെത്തിയത്. ഇപ്പോൾ ആന്റണി ബ്ലിങ്കൻ മാധ്യമങ്ങളെ കാണുകയാണ്.
100 hostages, including American citizens, and a pause in the fighting that, during that time, enabled us to double the flow of humanitarian aid to civilians in Gaza. We're deeply grateful. I minister to you, to the Emir, for your ongoing leadership in this effort, for the tireless work that you undertook and that continues to try to free the remaining hostages. To those still being held hostage, to their loved ones, to their families, I promise you this: the United States will continue to work relentlessly to bring you home, to get you together with your family and loved ones. Now, we've made some measurable progress in increasing the aid getting into Gaza, including through the opening of Kerem Shalom, but it is still insufficient to meet the massive need. And then once in Gaza, the barriers to getting the aid to where it needs to go beyond Rafah remain far too high. Too many Palestinian civilians are suffering from insufficient access to food, to water, to medicine, to other essential supplies. Children, most of all. We continue to raise with Israel the need to do everything possible to facilitate the provision of humanitarian aid to Gaza, and I will do so again when I'm there later this week. I will also raise the imperative of doing more to prevent civilian casualties. Far too many Palestinians, innocent Palestinians, have already been killed. The United Nations is playing an irreplaceable role in delivering and distributing life-saving assistance to people in Gaza, as the United Nations Security Council affirmed in Resolution 2720. We welcome the appointment of Sigrid Kaag as the UN Senior Humanitarian and Reconstruction Coordinator. I had the pleasure of working very closely with Sigrid Kaag when she led the UN mission that successfully eliminated the Assad regime's stockpile of chemical weapons. I witnessed firsthand her professionalism, her integrity, her effectiveness. She has the full support of the United States, and we expect that she will have the full cooperation of every country in the region. This morning, I had an opportunity to meet with the UN staff from the World Food Program at an aid distribution warehouse in Jordan. I thank them for the genuinely heroic work they're doing, putting their own lives in danger to try to get assistance to Palestinian men, women, and children. And I can say the same about other extraordinary relief workers, most of them in the United Nations system, who are doing this day in, day out. We're proud to be their supporters as the single largest donor of humanitarian aid to the Palestinian people. The experts that I met with this morning spoke to conditions in Gaza, where over 90% of the population is facing acute food insecurity, going days and nights without anything to eat. That can cause lifelong, irreversible harm for children. An immediate increase in aid is essential, as is improving deconfliction procedures to ensure its safe and secure delivery, including to northern Gaza. As Israel moves to a lower intensity phase of its military operation in the north, the United Nations can also play a crucial role in evaluating what needs to be done to allow displaced Palestinians to return home. Palestinian civilians must be able to return home as soon as conditions allow. They must not be pressed to leave Gaza.